Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very, very short Slice of Gaming podcast episode. Most likely not even an hour long, unless by chance we are going to be yapping for most of it. I'm the Uncharted Wolf. It is October 12th. Let's just get right into the big news of the week, which really there hasn't been that much. One major headline, and then other than that, like little things spiced here and there. I'm joined today by only one other person because our other guy could not make it. Dark.
How's it going?
Dark, you got me and you, the duo cast. It's been a while, but
Yep, it's been a hot minute since we've done this.
yeah, I like them. It's more intimate. I feel like we
That's
can
true.
talk a lot. We can both talk a substantially amount more because it's just two of us.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I said, very slow news week. Not a lot to really sink our teeth into. So let's just get right into it. If you want to find us, we're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at A Slice of Gaming. And also, I think that's actually it. I was about to say something else, but then it's like, no, that's actually all the housekeeping. Oh, like the podcast, please. Any type of support helps. But yeah, let's just get right into it. Like I said, not a lot going on, but there was a big headline that happened last Sunday, if I remember correctly, because it was the
Halo World Championships.
That's it. Yeah, the Halo World Championships, which I didn't know Halo was still kind of an esports thing, but
It is, but it's not what it used to be. But it's
do
still
you
around.
watch?
I
Watch them?
I did not watch the last one. I used to watch it back when the Infinite first dropped. I watched it because I was more into it at the time, but I didn't even know this was the thing.
Oh, nice. But they actually revealed something new there, which I'll be honest, I don't think anyone was really expecting there to be something new at this
It's not
event.
announced yet. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So right now we got from VGC, Halo's 343 rebrands and confirms multiple games coming using Unreal Engine. Posted by Andy Robinson over there. The news was shared today during Sunday's Halo World Championship tournament, in which it debuted a video showing a technical test of various Halo-themed locations running within Unreal. The studio stressed that the footage shown isn't a game, but a glimpse of what might be able to achieve within UE5. The game engine is a framework used for... Okay, I don't know whether explaining what engines are. So, shout out to Andy Robinson. Halo Infinite was developed by using 343's own Slip Space engine, which was partly blamed for the game's last-minute, year-long delay and sluggish rollout of post-release content. Discussing Sunday's announcements, Halo Studios head Pierre Heinz suggested that the switch to Unreal will help to alleviate some of these issues. And then also studio art director Chris Matthews added, quote, respectfully, some components of Slipspace are almost 25 years old. Although 343 were developing it consistently, there are aspects of Unreal that Epic has been developing for some time, which are unavailable to us in Slipspace and would have taken huge amounts of time and resources to try and replicate. So really three major things that came out of it. One, the switch to Unreal Engine 5. Two, the change of the studio name from 343 to Halo Studios. And then finally, they have, I think this is the first official announcement that Pierre Heinz is now the head of the studio. So, I mean, Dark, you're the Halo guy. We can choose to park it on any of those three things. Like, what's the first thing you really want to, like, get into?
I mean, this is like we knew that something had to happen. Like 343's name was they were cooked. It was
Tainted.
to a point where it was beyond saving. I think naming yourself after the main villain of the series, of the original series, probably not a good idea. But yeah, this is something we've seen on the wall for a very hot minute.
Yeah,
Going
no, I
into,
mean, 100%. Sorry,
oh
go
yeah, my
ahead.
bad. I was saying going into the Unreal Engine 5 thing, I've seen people saying how they don't think Halo would look good in Unreal Engine. Gears of War 5, I know it's a completely different game. For whatever reason, that game had Halo characters, and they look really damn good in Unreal Engine. Because that game
it
goes,
did?
yeah, it did. Gears of War 5 had guest characters, so it had Halo characters for Reach, it had Terminator for whatever reason.
Oh,
and
yeah, I
couple
remember
other,
that.
and that's running off of Unreal Engine 4. And despite what you may think about the game, whatever, when it comes to how the characters looked, it looked really good.
No,
So I
100%.
don't
I
think
mean,
it'd be an issue with the game looking bad on Unreal Engine.
yeah, Unreal. I mean, they saw that glimpse of like the environment and Master Chief, and honestly, I think it looks great, like visually. Like it is a very well optimized engine up to this point. I think what's actually important about the Unreal Engine change to me is that Microsoft has this very big over reliance on contract workers, and that was kind of a lot of what was it? the issues with Halo Infinite is that it used so many contract workers, but they had to use an engine that they were unfamiliar with. Slipspace is a proprietary engine. So to have an engine that's way more ubiquitous, kind of just the engine for almost 90% of AAA games from the West nowadays, it's just it was probably the best possible decision they could have made. And there's also people's like, oh well, they wasted so much money on Slipspace. Maybe they have to stick with it. It's like at this point, like Slipspace, because of how unoptimized and how rough the engine was to work on, they're gonna be wasting even more money if they try to force themselves to stick with it.
Well, it's not even
So
that it was unoptimized. I don't think it was a bad engine. The problem was it would take you, on average, I think this is directly from developers' mouths, by the way, and there's interviews you can find online and everything. They said it would take you about 12 to 14 months to learn the engine. So you would get
which is just
hired.
unacceptable.
You would get hired, and you're just learning the engine, right? Then when you finish that, you have about 4 months to actually work on the game with the engine before you get fired because of these contracts. And that was the problem with Infinite.
No, seriously, I mean, like, it's just like, you remember, like, when they were like, oh yeah, split screen co-op is going to be a thing in Halo moving forward. And then Infinite came out and it didn't have it. And then they were like, that's coming eventually. And then like 2 years later, they were like, it's not happening.
I
It's like,
bet
what the
happened.
fuck? You can't even do split screen?
No, I bet what happened. They were gonna do split screen, and then the people working on it got fired, and then the new people came in. They're like, "Oh, guys, we can do it." And then they got fired too, and they were like, "Oh shit!"
Like, what the fuck do we do here? Like, I don't know what you guys are expecting out of us with this engine.
Now with the change to Unreal Engine, which most developers use and know how to use, they'll get hired right off the get go, and they can immediately start working on the game. Which also means much shorter wait time between games. They can do multiple projects. We also know that Halo, they changed their leadership after the debacle of the TV show and Infinite, as those two things are very much connected. So this steps in the right direction, but we're not going to see anything for a hot minute, I don't think.
Yeah, that's the big thing right now, is that it's going to be quite a while until we get anything out of this, like a brand new Halo game. I actually want to I'll get into it right now. This Halo Combat Evolved remake. I mean, we talked about it on the podcast a while ago. I don't know if you were on. But in the case of that, like, do you think that's real? And also, like, is that anytime soon?
There was a comment, I could be wrong, where they were saying that the things that they showed in this presentation was stuff that they were like working on. They showed a lot of Halo 1 stuff. Like, it's very clear that's Halo 1.
It was read in the article that it's not a game, but a glimpse into what it could be.
I feel like if they are doing the Halo, like, I feel like there's a good chance they're doing Halo 1 remake, which I don't really think it needs it, to be honest. But if they are doing it, they have the assets, and we've seen the assets. So
yep. I mean, I'll ask you about this. Park it on here. The name. I'll be honest, I hate it. Halo Studios is so unoriginal, and like maybe you kind of have to stick to something unoriginal. It's kind of like Persona Team. Like, oh, I wonder what game they're making.
I don't know what they could have named themselves. I just know that the previous leadership from 5 through Infinite, it just, they ran that name through the mud so badly that there was no redemption for it.
I think it's just my thing is that it's hard to really get excited because it's like, this isn't even like, 3 strikes and you're out. It's like, yeah, you did 3 strikes. You're already out. So now it's like, this is your 4th attempt, and you keep saying like, oh, this is gonna be the one. It's like, listen, I don't know. I can't get excited because you've already shown us that you're clearly not doing what I need you to do to be able to get excited about what you're doing. Even if you're saying all the right things, I've seen in the past what happened. That's all I'll say.
But I think, pretty sure after the debacle of like the Halo TV show and all that, this is like 90% of 343 is gone. Like, they're brand new people. I think there's only like a couple people that stayed. Everybody else is brand new. So we don't know what the hell to expect. We don't have any track record for these people going forward. It's just a fresh slate. It sucks what happened with Infinite and the TV show, but yeah.
I mean, Pierre Hines seems to be a much better leader.
Yeah,
I mean, he was the one who saved what was it, Master Chief Collection?
Yeah,
and Infinite's multiplayer. So, very good leader.
I think it's personally, instead of doing a Halo 1 remake, because you have the MCC, you can play the remastered, the cool shit that you can do about changing the graphics. I would like to see more spin-off games, and we haven't seen one from 343 yet.
Yeah, I think they said multiple
Bungie
Halo
had
games are in development.
Bungie had Reach, which was a prequel and completely different, and it was incredible. And they had ODST, and ODST is like the coolest fucking standalone side game out there for that generation, in my opinion. I would like to see more stuff like that. I don't know if they're gonna do that, but with Unreal Engine, I hope that they can start doing cool projects like that.
I think they stated they have multiple Halo projects in development. That's kind of why I brought up that Halo Combat Evolved remake. Maybe they do Halo Wars 3. I
Then
would
the
love
next
to see
main
them
game,
really
Halo.
explore other genres.
That's
'Cause,
what
like,
my
You're not
Oh.
going to say multiple projects and there only be 2 projects. Like, there's got to be a third.
that's what
If you,
Minecraft is kind of doing. Where they're taking
yeah,
the IP and just like branching, and I really like that they're doing it. You know, all the games are not gonna hit, of course, but it's cool seeing it branch. I think if they follow that with other games, Microsoft has like a cool trend doing that.
mm-hmm.
Then it'll be good. If you know, shit runs smoothly this summer.
Yeah, really. And it's worrying. It's like, oh man, are you guys still like able to do what we need you to do to really nail this franchise down? Because it's weird to have Halo, such a household name, kind of be reduced and lose a lot of its like relevancy.
I mean, you
At
know what it
least,
is. A big like a lot of the problems before with leadership, of course, and that got changed, but it really comes down to Microsoft's new policy. Because when you think about the Bungie games, it was the same team. They grew with the series and the engines, and they knew how to handle stuff. Here, you're getting all these new people, and yeah, that's fine, but they don't last long. Nobody lasts long. So this fucking, I don't understand why you get like one dedicated team, and you like nourish them, and they can grow with the series.
Yeah. No, that's the problem, is that like you keep changing out people, you keep changing leadership, especially. I mean, like throughout the 343 era, throughout Halo Infinite's development cycle, there was like a new director like every month, it felt like.
Yeah, it
And it's
was
like,
really bad.
what are we doing here, guys? You need to have like a standalone vision instead of, oh, it's the new Halo game coming out. It's like, no, like that's not what happened during the Bungie era. They had like, this is the director for this game, and it worked. It's as simple as that. And it's like you keep changing out people because I don't think we'll really know what truly happened to Infinite behind the scenes, other
I mean,
than
we know
like
a lot of
overall.
what happened. We
Yeah,
know
but
a
like
lot.
more so in terms of like the directors leaving and stuff and why they
Oh
left
yeah.
it so frequently there. It's clear there's just like an issue within management, and I guess what you said earlier is that since so many of the people from 343 left, it almost feels like kind of a new team now.
It basically is. I would argue like 90-95% of them are brand new. Besides like some of the heads that we know, like the guy from the NCC.
Yeah, Pierre. I don't know. Are you excited for the future of Halo, or are you
I mean, I
still kind of
always like Halo.
skeptical? Like
I'm
me?
not gonna be down on Halo all of a sudden. Even with the shitty TV show, I still like Halo. Am I gonna reach the levels of excitement that I was before? I would have to see something first. But yeah, I'm still a fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the real problem. I kind of this was brought up to me. I don't know what you think. What if they just went with like kind of a reboot direction instead of like continuing the story? It's like let's just start from the beginning, or
That's what like
maybe do
Infinite
post
was like
Halo 3.
kind of doing. They were kind of acting like a fresh reboot, and then I don't know if they're still keeping that or not.
Yeah, I mean,
I
didn't
wouldn't mind if they
Infinite
do
end
a
on a
full
cliffhanger?
reboot. Bring back, I miss Johnson. I think everybody
Johnson.
misses Johnson.
Everyone does, man. Well, I mean, like, maybe if it was like post Halo 3, it's like you still ain't getting Johnson, which sucks.
I mean, if you gotta do a reboot, you have to fully reboot it.
Oh, really?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think.
It won't be like a Crash 4. They just ignored everything in between Crash 3 and Crash 4. It's like that never happened.
I don't think that like Gears of War is in a situation where like, hey, we had to reboot it because people only like the old stuff, not the new. I think
Mhm.
Infinite kind of did a soft reboot. People were positive on what was there of Infinite's story, so maybe they'll just stick with that. I don't think they're gonna change that.
Yeah. I'm interested to see kind of the future of Bungie. Oh, not Bungie. So used to saying future of Bungie lately because it's like there's always a new Destiny story on the news. The future of Halo, the future of the IP, because it feels weird. I hear this comparison a lot. It's like if like Nintendo fucked up Mario. It's like that's your face for the brand. Like people associate Master Chief with Xbox, so it's kind of weird that Halo is always in this weird precarious position all the time.
I would rather Microsoft sit there and spend like 8 years making a really fucking good feature complete Halo game than just rushing one out for money.
100%.
You have so many fucking IPs, and you can't tell me shit after this fucking deal that you just did. You can delay games and be fine.
Yep, 100%. Well, we will see. I'm very excited to see kind of where this comes. You said this is gonna be a while till we like see it. Like, what do you think? Like, just to see the trailer for like whatever
Oh,
the
maybe
next
next year.
mainline.
Let's
Oh,
see
you
the
think
trailer.
they're just gonna reveal the trailer? It's like,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
you
Unreal
won't
Engine,
see us for a while.
so maybe next year E3, maybe they show something.
Mm-hmm.
Not this like 2026 E3.
All
That
right.
makes sense.
Well, I'm excited. Let's see the future of Halo. Hopefully, there is one. Next story on the docket. Dark, Nintendo has finally announced new hardware. Except there's a catch.
Nintendo has arguably the biggest open secret in the world of things, and they somehow announced something that nobody was expecting.
Nintendo announces Alarmo. Wario 64 added this. A sound alarm clock. I watched the trailer for this. It's
Yeah, me too.
effectively a alarm clock that detects your movement. So it only works for single people. Which, if you're a Nintendo fan, paying $100 on an alarm clock, you're single. I don't know how else
Why
to
is this
say it.
alarm clock $100?
It's $100 because it detects your movements. It can track your sleep schedule or like how much you move during sleep. You wake up to the sound of 5 different games and apparently more. It's so
If
funny
you
because
have a Nintendo membership, you get more games.
yeah. And if you wake up to like, oh, Super Mario Odyssey or Pikmin 4 music, yeah, and all that good shit. Ring Fit Adventure.
I want to wake up to the Breath of the Wild Guardian theme.
I think the Guardian theme is actually one of them.
Oh
And
my
whenever
god, you gonna kill somebody?
and when you wake up, like when you move around, like sound effects will play. So like I'm moving around with the Mario theme and like coins start popping, or for Pikmin, like you hear Pikmin start screaming and shit. It's like I mean, I like it.
You
Not
know,
$100
a
like
lot
it.
of Nintendo's stuff, it is quality, but like the Switch when you feel it, it's kind of it feels fragile. You know what I mean?
But yeah, it's a
And if
7-year-old system.
no, they just like it feels fragile, and I assume that the clock also feels. So why would you make something that people are gonna start hitting and slamming and doing all this? How durable is this alarm clock?
I mean, we'll see. Honestly, that's definitely it is out technically. I think for Switch Online members, and then it comes out like retail in like
Why
February.
is it like? Oh, how do you justify $100 alarm clock?
Dude, you're a Nintendo fan. You'll
Nintendo's like
spend $100 for
it's
Nintendo
like
stuff.
Supreme, but they get away with it because they have Mario.
And yeah, fuck yeah, they do, man. He's that good, bro. With Pikmin, bro, I would wake up to Pikmin 4 shit. Come on, you kidding me?
Get on your phone.
No, it's not the same, Dart. It does. My phone doesn't
Good
detect my
argument all
movements.
over again.
No, you don't get it, man. I get to listen to like it's like when you sleep, you get to hear like ambient like noises, like the Pikmin 4 like music. I'm just selling this based off Pikmin 4. That's all. I'm just like shocked that of the 5 games, Pikmin 4 is one of them. It's like, damn, Xenoblade fans in the fucking dirt. Sorry.
Xenoblade has really fucking good music. I'm surprised Xenoblade doesn't.
Hey, apparently not as good as Pikmin 4 music. We win. We beat you guys.
But Pikmin needed all the recognition it needed, okay?
Yeah, because it sold more. Don't do this, Dart. I
Leave
won't
me
roast
alone.
your Xenoblade. You don't roast my Pikmin. How about that? Truce?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Truce. Okay, let's stop. But all I'll say is, it's weird. I don't think this is a big deal as many people are saying. People are saying like, oh, they moved the Switch to announcement and they did this instead. It's like, no, they were always going to announce it like this.
Yeah.
I think people need to understand what Nintendo is now. Ever since the Switch blew up the way it did, they are not just a video game company anymore. They are an entertainment company. They have brands on the level of Disney. They are going to now. They said this before, like with the Mario movie coming out and shit. They have stated very openly, it's like, yeah, we are now an entertainment company. We're going to actually utilize our IPs in all sorts of things. Like there are people that don't even know what the Pikmin games are, and they'll like own like Pikmin like plushies and shit. It's just their IPs have transcended gaming at this point, and
You
they've
have to
always
keep in mind,
have. But this is more
Yeah.
than they're like actually pushing it now.
you have to keep in mind too, this company will sell you anything, and it's gonna have some sense of like, it's gonna be good to a degree. You remember with Labo? They sold you cardboard
yeah.
boxes and people liked it.
Hey, let's calm down. Blabbo was kind of fire. Let's not do this, all right?
Labo
I
2
love
for the Switch
Blabbo.
too.
Blabbo was a weird, like, like kind of a failure, though, because they were just like, I think they were expecting more than it actually sold,
But the
and that's
thing,
why they kind of ended it pretty quickly.
I think what gets people like rustled with this is that everybody is just dying for this damn announcement. We already got an announcement of
Yep.
an announcement of the Switch 2.
So actually, I want to move into this. I completely forgot to put it on the doc. I don't know why, but this Nintendo Switch Online playtest. Andy Robinson at VGC has this one as well. Nintendo announces mysterious Switch Online playtest for new feature. The test, simply called Nintendo Switch Online Playtest Program, will take place between October 24th and November 6th. And Switch Online Plus expansion pack members can apply to participate from tomorrow, October 10th. Nintendo says it's looking for as many as 10K participants, and those who apply must have a Nintendo account, must be active Switch Online Plus expansion pack members, and be at least 18 years old in specific countries. And then customers will need to download an exclusive software to their own Nintendo Switch system in order to participate. And people also noticed that the software is 2.2 gigabytes of space. So I think that's around the same size as certain other apps. I might be. I think it's the
That
same
sounds
size
like
as ARMS.
it sounds like an emulator.
So I mean, hey, I'll ask you. So okay, so there's actually some extra things that came out from this. One of the funniest things. So I tried to get in. I don't know if you tried. It legit dark went out, like they ran out of spaces in a minute. Not even a minute, like a second. It's like, oh, I opened the link right when it went up, and it was gone. We already filled it. It's like, how the fuck? And I only saw
People are
people like
dying for it.
Wario64 was able to get in. I think Jeff Grubb as well. But not a lot of people were able to get into this thing, at least like from like my timeline and whatnot. A lot of people just completely missed out on it. Those spaces are limited. The most interesting part about this whole playtest thing is on the 20th when it actually releases. Nintendo says you cannot talk about anything that's in it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Good fucking luck. If you're doing a public playtest,
we gotta know
people are gonna
exactly
talk.
what's in it.
Yeah, the moment that it releases. I'll ask you, I mean, what do you think this is? There have been a lot of theories going around.
Gonna be an update for the Alarmo. No.
Yo, I swear to God.
It
That's the
sounds like an
problem.
emulator.
It could be
2
something very
gigabytes.
like.
It sounds like I would like a GameCube emulator.
That's the current. That's one of the big theories is GameCube.
That would fit. 2 gigabytes seems about the size of.
Do you think there's a reason why they'd have to do a playtest for a new GameCube emulator though? Because they never had to do that before. I know GameCube games are big.
Why? That's a good question. Why would they do a playtest? Maybe they want to test the servers. And this is their version of that.
Maybe, yeah. Because one of the weirdest. So there's a lot of theories. There's one cloud streaming theory that people think it's going to be like a cloud streaming app. It would not be 2.2 gigabytes if that was the case. That's the only thing there. And I learned about that. I was like, oh, okay, that wouldn't be it. I would want achievements. I don't think it's achievements because that's not an app. That would have to, like, achievements wouldn't be like a separate
I wouldn't put it past Nintendo to make it an app.
I mean, hey, dude, I want that. That's the one I want the most personally. I would love to like go and do achievements for like Mario Odyssey and shit, but I don't think that's going to be the case. That's something they'd probably wait till Switch 2 for. There was voice chat, which is it a thing?
Well, you need a game for that, really.
Well, I mean, that's the thing though. If it's an app, maybe they are just maybe the Switch Online voice chat app is like completely
Discord
separate.
No, never do it.
Dude, imagine that would be so nice. There's a lot of different things it could be. I think I'm leaning the most towards GameCube games. There is
I
that
want to see
possibility.
GameCube, or maybe DS emulator.
I'd go for DS, but it wouldn't be 2.2 gigabytes for DS.
DS is smaller. Yeah,
they're tiny.
Definitely GameCube.
I mean, I'll ask you this, Dark. I saw other people kind of mention like, well, maybe it's GameCube games, but you have to stream them.
That sounds terrible.
It sounds so bad.
Put that up there? Who came up with that?
Because like game streaming is already a bad thing, and you're gonna have Nintendo game streaming, brother. I could barely play Smash online without that thing stuttering. Like no, I don't know. It's a very curious. I think I'm putting it to GameCube.
If it is GameCube, would they charge even more in the expansion pass?
No, because this is the Switch Online Plus expansion pack members.
Yeah,
that are.
Like I mean, when it officially drops, like what would they charge more? If it is GameCube, it also depends on how much GameCube games, like how many they bring.
That's the thing. I feel like they could if they brought up a lot.
Do you
It's
have
not
to
like the
bring Wind
GameCube
Waker
had
and
that
Twilight
many.
Princess? People have been begging. That's like it makes no sense why those two games are on the Switch.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, it's at the point now where
All the
I don't
Metroid Prime
know.
games could be there because the Metroid Prime trilogy is GameCube.
Just Prime
It's
One and Two.
Wii. Yeah,
Yeah, Prime 1 and 2. 3 is Wii.
Wii.
I don't know. I just think it's like you don't have that many GameCube games to go with, so I think you could probably do it in the expansion pack because it's not like there were that many third-party games on GameCube. Like
That's
there
true.
were like notoriously very few. So it's like maybe in totality, like by the end of it, they have like 30 GameCube games.
Mario Kart Double Dash, the Zelda games,
Yeah,
the Metroid Primes.
I just thought it was weird because it's like Switch Online, like GameCube games is like they could resell those. So a GameCube app just never made sense to me. We saw that with Thousand Year Door remake. They resold that, including a lot of other
I mean, I guess the question would be who would be
GameCube
working
games.
on the other games.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
like a lot of people saying, "Oh yeah, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker," but we got Echoes of Wisdom, which
that's
I'm not
true.
against Echo, but they were
But
doing
that
something completely different.
there's another team that did Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD initially though, so I could see that. I still think those games exist, by the way. Like there
Me
is
too.
like a dual pack that's gonna come out eventually. Because, like, I mean, the thing is that if you're gonna do Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, maybe you do the originals on that GameCube emulator, but like Wind
You
Waker
tell a
HD
new
and
version?
Twilight Princess HD. That's the thing. It's like those are different versions of those games with like new features and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious to see what this is. I mean,
Nintendo would be the type of people hearing everybody cry for Wind Waker and then give you the worst version of Wind Waker.
yeah, right. I mean, Derek, I'll ask you. You know, I don't think I got your opinion. When is the Switch 2 getting announced?
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be this month. I don't fucking know anymore.
Dude, I thought for sure it would be on the
Is it even
10th.
this year?
I think it gets
But-
announced this year.
But they
'Cause,
said
like, why-
before the physical year, so we have it can bleed into next year.
No. I think for sure it's going to be this year. Because, like, my thing is, I don't know why they would say, "Oh, before the end of the fiscal year," and put it in like
Maybe
January.
Because
Because,
it
like,
can be January, February, March.
yeah, well, that's the thing, though. It's that why don't you just say next year then? I know this is Nintendo, but it's like that just is common
Nintendo
sense.
does what Nintendo does.
And Dark,
Also,
we've been
if
hearing
it-
rumors about this thing
hypothetically-
getting revealed for fucking weeks now.
I mean, this yeah. If it does get revealed in like February and March, wouldn't that mean it gets like pushed back until late next year too?
Don't do that to me.
I mean,
I'm
I'm just going off of how things are looking.
I just
thought
want my
it was gonna be
news
this
section.
month. It could be
Like,
this month, so maybe.
I think it's
But
gonna
I
get. I want to believe it's this month. I do think it's a possibility it gets revealed next year, which just sucks.
Yeah,
I'm
me
like,
too.
come on, just give it to me now. Nintendo are the masters of delaying everything to like delaying announcements.
Give us an
Get-
announcement of an announcement.
Their games
People know
don't
what
get
it is to
delayed.
show it.
That's what's weird. Their games don't get delayed, but their announcements do. It's like, God, just tell us, man.
I mean,
We're
they delayed
dying.
Zelda that one.
Yeah, that's true. Well, but like Zelda games always get delayed. That's like the one game they delay.
A Metroid Prime.
Enough Nintendo. Okay, Metroid Prime. That's just a whole different thing. Nintendo is done. We talked enough about them. Let's get to the other stuff on this docket. Two quick headlines almost. Alien Isolation sequel is in early development, or 64 has this. They put out like a blog post to our fans around the world. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years since we embarked on this journey with the release of Alien Isolation. When we started developing it, we had one guiding principle to create a truly authentic experience that went back to the roots of the Alien franchise. It's been nothing short of incredible to witness your passion for the game over the years. Whether you're a nightmare mode veteran or stepping into Amanda Ripley's shoes for that thrilling first attempt, we want to express our deep gratitude. It was a dream project. On the 10th anniversary, it seemed only fitting to let you know that we have heard your distress calls loud and clear. Today, I'm delighted to confirm on behalf of the team that a sequel to Alien Isolation is in early development. We look forward to sharing more details soon. It's a very quick blog post. Are you a Alien Isolation
I like
guy?
aliens. I've heard about it. I wanted to get to it. I haven't played it yet. I can tell
Okay.
you why the sequel's coming out now, though, or why they're announcing it now. It's
Mhm,
because
go
of
for it.
Romulus. Romulus did
get off the
gangbusters. that movie blew the fuck up, and that's why they're doing it now.
Mhm.
I'm surprised they didn't do it before, because Alien Isolation has like one of the craziest AIs I've ever seen inside gaming ever.
It has it was when
The
it
enemy AI.
launched, it had mixed reviews and it didn't sell that well.
Not that like not that it's cool enough. You see people actually like giving genuine reviews on it, and
Mhm.
not just like super hyper, super biased, whatever. The enemy AI in that gets smarter than the player. I don't know if
Yeah.
you think it is terrifying.
No, the AI is
I would like
incredible
to,
in that game.
I would like to see them do more of that. I like to get to the game too eventually, but yeah, it's a cool
Yeah,
announcement.
no. I saw people very excited about this surprisingly. Oh, not surprisingly. I know people loved Alien Isolation. I do think like they say early development, we're not saying this thing for a while. Till like probably 2028, I
This is
think.
guys, Romulus did good. We just got the green light to make another game.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, no, I'm not an Alien guy at all, so I can't say much, but I'm excited for the people who are very happy about this. I know they love Alien. And then finally on the news is exclusive update on Splinter Cell Remix development. Mike Straw at Insider Gaming. This is a quick thing. Insider Gaming has learned that the game is being developed under the codename North. In addition to the codename, sources confirmed the game is being built in the Snowdrop engine. First announced in December 2021, Splinter Cell Remake is being led by Ubisoft Toronto. The studio seems to tease information on the game coming soon. However, that has yet to happen. And then there was one other major thing. Sources have suggested that a release date could come in 2026, but didn't want to be held to that time frame. So Splinter Cell, I'm intrigued by this remake. I've always wanted to play Splinter Cell. I 2026. I mean, Ubisoft's kind of going through a lot of issues right now. I mean, do you think this ever comes out, Dark? Because that
I
was
do
like a
think
question going around.
I think this is like gonna be the make or break for Ubisoft. If this game fails, they're cooked.
Well, no, I mean the make or break for them is what was it? Assassin's Creed.
Oh, Assassin's Creed. No, but like I feel like Assassin's Creed is kind of like a safe bet. I feel like they're gonna be fine. I feel like
I
this.
don't know. I would have said that
I
about
feel
Star
like
Wars Outlaws though.
I feel like with this game, if this fails, they ain't gonna be. It's just gonna be Assassin's Creed and like whatever Star Wars project they're doing. That's all that's gonna be. You ain't gonna get no more spin-offs, no more side
Mhm.
stories. But I
Yeah,
am
I'm a
interested in
little.
it.
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, no, that was about it.
Oh, okay. I'm curious to see like that 2026 date if they hit it, which I mean it seems like they will. I still think it exists. I just think it's like such a misused IP in my opinion because it's like Splinter Cell would have been a way bigger IP if you just stuck with it. I don't know why they
You
stopped.
should have
I don't
jumped
know
on
why they
when
even
Metal Gear stopped. You should have jumped on that.
exactly like there
That
was just
spot is
this.
still vacant, by the way. There's a gaping hole in the gaming industry for stealth games, and nobody's taking it.
There was a decade of like nothing because of
Metal
Metal Gear
Gear's
Solid
coming back
5.
now.
It was like Hitman 3. Like the Hitman games are like the only stealth games that were actually doing well and like coming out. No other AAA developer wanted to go into that space. And I'm like, why, guys? It's a thing. Like, I don't know why you're just ignoring it.
They've done
Peculiar.
so long. Metal Gear himself came back.
Yeah, really. But yeah, that's everything in regards to the news. Let's get into the reviews of the week. Just two major ones is Metaphor Refantazio, which I'm sorry, I will say to the end of the year to the end of my lifetime. This is a horrible fucking name. I hate this name
Crazy
so
name.
much. 92 on OpenCritic though, so it doesn't seem to affect the quality of the game because it is very high reviews, a lot of nines, a lot of tens.
I seen tens
I'm
across the
I am very excited. Very happy to see that kind of like the Persona, well, ex Persona team was able to make something as good as this. I didn't have much fear. I was pretty confident that this game was going to kind of nail it. I am very much worried because everyone is saying it's 80 hours long.
It is.
I'm like,
Every single review I've seen said 80, 90 hours. I'm like, ooh.
man, it's just like is it that hard to make an RPG that's 40 hours? Like I don't know. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna check it out eventually, but like I have my copy. It's just like, come on, man. I got too much shit to play right now.
Me and half the rest of the servers played through the game.
I mean, yeah, Dark, you're playing it. Like, how are you enjoying it so far?
It is. It lives up to the hype. I think it's arguably the best cast of characters that they ever did. The story is really refreshing that you're not like a fucking student. You can actually like, it feels a
Yeah,
lot
really.
bigger in scope because you're not stuck inside one town. The world map is huge, lots of different races, and they're tackling a lot of themes I didn't think they would tackle. The only real negative it feels weird that this game doesn't have a romance feature. And I'm not against.
Oh my god, dude! Don't even
No,
get
no,
me
no, no.
started. No, no, no. I'm
Uh,
right there with you. I'm on your
I'm
side.
not
It's
against it.
stupid.
I like that they took a picture. But the thing is, you've created really well-grounded characters that people are gonna like. Like you will fall in love with this cast. It is a very well-made cast. You
Can't
made
date
a
'em.
fantasy game, and you can't have like, let me live my fantasies with these characters. What is this?
No, no, no. You want to talk about bullshit? The fucking the this is your game where everyone's an adult now, and
But there's
now
adults in
I
the
can't
party.
romance them,
There's adults in the party.
and now you're not letting me romance. That's listen. All I'm saying is I don't need romance options to enjoy a game.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
care.
need it to. And
But it's
the
like
game does it well. The thing
it's
is,
just
this is the first time you've had characters that feel like this, and it's like, damn, this was a missed opportunity. In my opinion.
it's just like as someone I love romance options. I don't need romance options to enjoy a game. I'm just like, why is this when you decided to not do it? Why is this the deciding factor? And like, listen, maybe there's a thing where like, oh, the main character has a romance in the story that's like canon. It's like, okay, that would be good. But like, I don't want a situation
I'm
where we're
like
just
12
friends
hours
by
in.
the
I
end.
don't know if that's the case. I haven't
I'm
met
just,
anyone like that yet.
I'm done. I'm done, bro. Like
I do want to
this.
say, if this is like a sign of what's to come for Persona 6, Persona 6 is, I don't know how you're topping that.
Yeah, Persona 6 has very big shoes to fill.
Metaphor
Just
raised the
because the
bar
quality of
pretty
both
damn high.
Persona 5 and Metaphor, it's like, yeah, you got it. I do not envy them.
The job system is really cool too. I like how
Oh yeah,
they,
it's like a Final Fantasy job system.
yeah. So normally in Persona, like the game, it guides you along. So like you're gonna go into like a dungeon where like, fire enemies are gonna be like they're weak to fire. Then they're gonna give you a fire character, right? It is not like that in this. You're gonna get a random ass fucking character that has something very unique to them, and it's just have fun, figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of difficulty, it is very similar to SMT. Like on normal mode, you will get fucked up if you can't just button mash your way through normal mode. If you're playing on hard, you're gonna get bricked walled multiple times.
Derek, I'm bad at RPGs. Am I screwed?
No, you'll be fine. Like you can beat the game. It's not like I'm just saying you would have to pay attention actually to learn how to play the game. You can't just like
Okay.
spam magic 24/7.
Because like, dude, I am good. Like, I am really bad at RPGs because I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I get fucking confuzzled, and there's so much shit, and I just keep pressing attack buttons. Bro, give me a Sekiro. Oh, just parry. It's like, oh, that's easy to me. Like they like set everyone talk about how hard Souls games are. It's like, dude, that's when I can shine. I wanted to bring up Metaphor Refantazio. Shipments and digital sales have already surpassed 1 million copies. I want to point out that this was at 8 a.m. today.
Yep.
8 a.m. So in the span of 8 hours, basically, when the game came out, that is insanely impressive.
You wanna know?
To
You
see
wanna know
it.
what's even more insane? The fact that
What?
people are saying this is a small number because the last time we got numbers like this was with Wukong. You can't compare this game to Wukong.
Bro, that's some like bench math.
This is what people are
That's
saying online. I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
it's like when Bench was saying like RE4 remake sold badly, and it's like, dude, it sold like 6 million.
I know.
Like what?
This is
Like
really good for Atlas.
I think a lot of people need to like adjust their expectations depending on what company is releasing them. Like Stellar Blade sold 1 million copies, and it's like that's very good for that IP, for a brand new IP on a PlayStation 5, like just PlayStation 5. That's extremely impressive. If it was 1 million copies for Star Wars Outlaws, no, that's horrible. That's the case. I just like I want people to like really understand what expectations are for these different companies.
So I mentioned this before when the demo came out. I still have the same feeling now. I know that they want us to be an OIP. This feels like a one and done. I don't know how to like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you continue this. Because with Persona, you can just get like a different, different group of kids. This feels very different, and when you play, I feel like you get a feeling of what I'm saying. I don't know how you
Yeah.
continue this. I'm loving everything. I hope they can continue this, but it feels like a one and done to me.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. Maybe this can kind of work on alongside Persona, be like a franchise alongside it, or maybe this team is just like constantly doing new IPs and constantly doing new ideas with that like same framework of the Persona framework.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, no, Sam, I'd be down for it. It's just like, man, 80 hours. I really want to play it. Like, no joke, Dark. Like, I genuinely have played.
Like a freaking mountain you're looking at, you're like, fucking hell.
I've been watching a lot of reviews for him. I'm like, God, this looks awesome. I totally want to get to this. But I'm also like,
The
I
prologue is really long.
got too much shit to do.
Like, you might feel a little bit burnt out by the end of the prologue. And then once the prologue ends, it opens up dramatically. You're like, whoa.
Well, we will see. I'm very excited to get to it. Next review. This is the one that I'm actually way more hyped about personally because I didn't expect it to be this way. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has an 82 on OpenCritic. It lowered from the initial 85 when the reviews first came out. And I want people to understand this. 82, oh, that's not bad. Oh, wow, they're pretty decent. No. This is a 3D arena fighter from Bandai Namco.
Understand
Those never score well. Those are low 70s, high 70s if you're
cultural
lucky.
impact that Dragon Ball has is unmatched.
Yeah, I mean, the game is being massive. It's like, I think, the biggest fighting game launch of all time on Steam.
Yeah,
It
it's up
is
there.
doing incredibly, and I'm fucking excited as well.
The game
I had to
itself is
stop
really
myself.
fucking good.
Dark, I had to stop myself from buying it because I'm like I gotta slow down. I gotta wait. I'm waiting till like when it goes on sale and stuff to jump in. But it's like, dude, I've been loving seeing people on the timeline talk about it and complain about Great Ape Vegeta.
Oh yeah, the difficulty in this game forces you to learn how to play, and it does not hold your hand.
Yeah, I heard.
If people think Great Ape Vegeta is bad, when you do Jiren's story, you have to fight Ultra Instinct Goku. Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ, that is
I
insane.
think the thing I like the most about this game is this like the random stories that they do, because they do like what if stories, and it is the
That's so
funniest. Like there's one I remember showing it to you too, where it's Vegeta and Nappa when they first arrived. But they're like,
cool.
what if they're fighting Dragon Ball Super Broly? Like, what are they gonna
Like,
do?
what is he doing there? It's just the little things, man. I love Dragon Ball so
You see all
much.
the memes of Cabba, it's Cabba
Yeah.
fighting all the fuse.
Dude, I saw a meme of like I think it was Mr. Satan beating Ultra or not Ultra, Super Broly. It's like what? How did he do that? Oh man! And also just like the
Gotenks have
interactions.
really like brain rot like voice line that is fucking hilarious too.
Dude, I love the voice lines. Like there's like very specific interactions of stuff like, oh, if Vegeta is fighting Goku Black, like he has this unique attack animation, or
Yo, they
like there's a voice line that happens between Krillin and Android 18 before they're if they fight. It's like that's cute. I love little things like that in fighting
you can
games.
tell that they put a lot of care into this game, but they've also created like characters that people wanted. They made Gohan Black, I think, and it is
Oh my
arguably the
God,
coolest
that's
character.
insane. That was insane, dude. I mean, we're spoiling a lot. We probably should slow down.
This
It's
is all
like
like
God.
when you get to the game, you're gonna say it right away. It's not that much spoiler. I'm not going to like
Yeah.
the game doesn't really have a story, by the way. It's just you're gonna go through the events of Dragon Ball. It's like DBZ Kakarot, but then there'll be hidden objectives. Like it won't tell you, but if you do something different, you get a different what if, and then the story diverts like that.
Dude, the alternate timeline stuff is the coolest shit to me. Like that is just like, oh yeah, what if like Raditz died initially when Goku fought him? So stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's stuff like that, and it changes everything. So you remember how very early in Dragon Ball, when Yamcha dies to the Saiyaman, he explodes.
Yeah,
You can
Yamcha get
stop that.
Yamcha.
You can stop that, and it changes everything.
So cool. Like it's like fans made this thing. And that's incredible to see.
Yep.
But yeah, cannot wait to check that out eventually. And to finally what we've been playing. You already talked about Dragon Ball and Metaphor.
Yep.
I've been playing
Got one
Silent
game
Hill
left.
2, and you have as well.
Yep.
I'm not that far into it. Probably like an hour or so, or not even
Like-
an hour. Probably 3 hours, I'd say. I'm loving it. It's pretty much exactly what I wanted it to be. I love Silent Hill 2, one of my favorite games of all time. So to see kind of Blooper Team really change my expectations of them pretty last minute, where we started seeing the previews and then the reviews, it's like, oh no, they kind of nailed it. They figured it out. It's like Silent Hill 2. They understand that game and what made it special. And it's like the sound design is off the charts. The sound design is unreal. It's so fucking good. And the gameplay works. Like it's not really the thing you're going to Silent Hill 2 for, but it was interesting. The little things they change. I think the over the shoulder perspective works for me more.
I like
maybe
that for horror games in general.
yeah, exactly. And it's like it makes it less scary, sure, versus like getting a fixed camera. Like you can argue that. But also it's just like way more comfortable to play. So it's a lot easier for people to get into. And yeah, experience that incredible story, that incredible narrative. And I'm very excited to keep going through it over the weekend.
Yeah, if you guys never played it, the story of Silent Hill is so fucking incredible. So some of you are assholes for spoiling it, by the way. There's people who never played, spoiling it. I don't think.
Yeah, didn't Bench get spoiled?
Yeah, Ben got spoiled pretty bad. He was pissed.
Without
Felt bad.
without spoiling, what did he get spoiled on? Just the ending?
The end. Yeah, he knows the end. I don't think he knows like Pyramid Head. I don't think he knows what that is. But he
I
knows
think
that
it's very impactful.
it's gonna
You
click.
don't
It's
need
gonna click
to know.
like soon for him. He's getting to that point. But yeah,
That's funny. Yeah, no. Are you enjoying it?
I like it. I'm kind of reaching a point now with horror games where I'm kind of like not getting scared by shit, so it's a little bit weird.
Oh, Sam, man.
But I'm still a big fan. They did a good job of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know when I'm gonna get back to it because I have an 80-hour fucking game to go through. But
I mean, listen, just drop the 80-hour game for a little bit. That's all I'm saying. You got the time.
I'm kind of hooked right now.
These fucking JRPG fans, dude. Y'all need to get into some. Bro, like, you guys see a 10-hour game and you're scared. You're like, no, not something that
Bro,
can
I've
be
been
beaten in a
playing
reasonable
everything
amount
this
of time.
week. Give me a break.
But yeah, very good. Very overall great week for releases. Silent Hill 2, Metaphor, and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero all going way above expectations. It's incredible to see.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it for the podcast. I hope you guys all enjoyed kind of a shorter episode. Derek, it was very fun talking to you. We had some good conversations. The Xenoblade Pikmin beef is slowing down. We're not gonna. Yeah, we need to stop it. You know, they act like two legends can't coexist. Exactly.
Yep.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check us out on Twitter at A Slice of Gaming. Like the podcast, any type of support helps. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.
Peace out, guys.